very warm good morning to all present here. Welcome to this panel discussion being organized by Skill TV for all of us on a very relevant topic, Atmanirbhar Bharat. As we all know, Atmanirbhar Bharat, which translates into self-reliant India, is a Hindi phrase used to popularize the concept put out by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and of course the Government of India in relation to the economic development of the country during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. It is an umbrella-like concept in relation to making India a bigger and more important part of the global economy, pursuing policies that are efficient, competitive, and resilient, and being self-sustaining and self-generating. With that introduction, I welcome the elite panelists, which I'm blessed to be coordinating and moderating with this morning. Let us open the discussion with Dr. Sandeep Marwah, who is the Chancellor of the AAFT University. He holds several responsible positions, both in the government sector and in the public sector. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Sandeep Marwah.
Good morning.
To begin with, we would love to hear your take on Atmanirbhar Bharat and how do you think this is going to become a reality in the following days. Over to you, Dr. Marwah.
Thank you very much, Anupama ji, for giving me this wonderful opportunity today. Morning, everyone. Let me start with two lines. कि ले चल पगले मझधार मुझे दे दे बस अब पतवार मुझे इन लहरों के टकराने से आता रह कर प्यार मुझे. The fact is, unless and until you face the problems, you will never be able to overcome the problems. That's what I have learned, and this is what these lines are trying to explain to the world who's right now listening to this beautiful webinar today, this morning. Well, the fact is that if you look back into the history of Indian education system, 1947, we got divided, rather we got independence, and then suddenly there was a division and the priority of the government shifted from education to many other important segments like food, shelter and clothing. 1962, we saw another massive war, and in 1971, we also suffered because of a heavy war with our neighbors. And I think that slowly and gradually taught the government to put in more money towards securing the borders and some other problems rather than education. Trust me, education became the second priority in this country, unfortunately, for many, many years. We've been following the British rule. We've been following the British system of education, higher theories, only the learning part, and we continued for many years into our own universities, the same pattern and system. Thank God, 10 years back, government realized the skill development is a very important part of the education. And that's how the skill development came into the force. But unfortunately, the execution part was very poor. I was rather surprised to read the figures which I used to read in newspapers, that 30,000 people have learned ABC skill in 20 days, and 100,000 people are now trained in skill development. Unfortunately or fortunately, it was people were misguided, and Government of India caught the people red-handed, and all that money which was being spared for skill development had to be again taken into a second consideration. Well, slowly and gradually, I'm happy that this new education policy which has come now, it has taken many, many important things into account, and all that weaknesses, drawbacks, which we've been actually occurring and suffering in last so many years have been rectified through this policy. And one of the very important thing which Prime Minister has added to the whole education system is nothing but Atmanirbhar. Yes, you're very right. Very well said. When you look at the literary meaning of Atmanirbhar, it speaks about the self-reliant and self-sufficient system. But the fact is that it has a much deeper meaning. Luckily, I've been nominated as a global ambassador for SDG by Niti Aayog, Chopal. And there are 17 points of United Nations which we are covering every day in every corner of the country, so that people should get educated. The biggest problem of the country was that people never took interest also in education, and we tried to promote all those unskilled kind of businesses and mastered on that. No, yes. Now let me, before all these scholars and the masters who are sitting here, they speak their own point of view on Atmanirbhar, I want to give a new definition to Atmanirbhar, what exactly the Prime Minister means about Atmanirbhar. It starts with A. A stands for ambitious. And we have to be ambitious, we have to think big, we have to dream big so that we can reach to a better, bigger, smarter destination time to come. And that's what A stands for. Because we are losing on that ambitions. I don't know why Indians are so lethargic, even thinking big. The mindset is that they're looking for a job all the time. अब 10,000 की जॉब मिल जाए, 20,000 की जॉब मिल जाए, बस काम हो जाए. This is the kind of a mindset of large population of the country. We have to build a large number of entrepreneurs today in this country. So ambition is very important. The T stands for tough. We have to be tough enough to face unforeseen circumstances. We have to learn how to move forward and face the hindrances which do come in every part of business or profession or any other business. And T also stands for technology. It's time for all of us to be techno-savvy. I mean, if you're not techno-savvy, probably you will not be able to grow much bigger, better, smarter time to come. That's very important because pandemic has definitely taught us how to be a smart operator, even sitting back home. And I think it's a beginning of a technology. Imagine it's a blockchain system which is coming in the whole world, the cryptocurrency kind of a thing which are coming up. Time will be coming when you will not be able to see your hard-earned money currency notes. There'll be no need for that. Days are gone. And probably in the next 5-6 years, you will not see what a 100 rupee note or a 500 rupee note looks like, because everything is going to be through net. This is what is a challenge now with this country. M stands for motivational. Very important. We have to be self-motivated. Enough is enough. Teachers are tired. College and principals and school principals are tired of motivating people. The employers are tired of motivating their employees. Time has come when we have to be self-motivated. Motivation is not available in any mall. I'm very well traveled, and I couldn't find motivation in any of the biggest malls of the world, mind you. So it's very important to be self-motivated. Whatever little you have done, you have to feel proud of it. You have to feel charged with that kind of energy. A stands for attitude. Very important. You have to be humble, down to earth, polite, simple, supporting. Very important. And that's the kind of attitude it's required not only in private sector. Private sector probably it is already there. It's now rather it is required in the government sector. They have to behave like a government servant, not like leaders and rulers of the country. This is what Prime Minister is begging to the whole system, state and central, that please be supportive and helpful to the people who are approaching you. This is a kind of attitude is required. And then N stands for being nationalist. I mean, we have to feel proud of our own nation. I'm charged when I'm seeing a flag right next to Professor Kamlesh Mishra, that this is the kind of a spirit we have to create in the country. We have to feel charged that I am Indian. And we have done extraordinarily well in the world. We are now the 6th biggest economy in the world. But then why we are not proud of our country? See, you cannot speak or against the country right in front of Japanese. You know that he'll stop talking to you in a minute. We have to develop that kind of love and affection for our country. That's N stands for. I stands for information. It's an age of I's, information, communication, and entertainment. We have to learn a lot. Ample information has to be delivered in classrooms, in offices, in management, and the correct information, which is the key point this time. We have our newspapers, our channels, we are correcting them also, not to deliver wrong information. Only authentic information must be delivered, and that must be received in a most comfortable manner by the people of this country. R, Atmanirbhar, R stands for research. We have forgotten the word of research, unfortunately, because we will buy a very expensive car and start operating the next minute without even reading the manual. Will immediately start a microwave oven without even reading the microwave oven manual, which is attached in the same box. This is the attitude of Indians. So we have to change, learn first and then operate. Learn first the history of it, the basics of it, what others have already done in that particular subject is very important to learn, and then go ahead with the whatever project program you're looking for. B stands for believe. It's very high time. We have to first believe in ourselves, believe in the institutions, believe in the teachers, believe in the parents, believe in family, believe in the nation, believe in the establishment, believe in the government. That trust is missing from the whole country. We have to bring back that trust and see the results, how beautifully we all be operating to the best of manner. I mean, as a chancellor, you have to speak 3, 4 times to make students believe that what you have done or what you are doing for them or what you have planned for them. I mean, even that trust is missing. I'm sure all the masters who are sitting here, the giants of Indian education system who are right now here, we suffer every day. We have to make them believe by talking many times. So this has to be revived back. And then H stands for humanity. See, we have been a spiritual capital of the world, but what has happened to India? Where that humanity is vanished. So we have to bring back that politeness, that humbleness, that supporting attitude, that kindness, the compassion, and the whole country is going to grow like anything. A stands for aggressive. Whatever is said and done, you have to be aggressive. You have to be little alert, conscious, little more smart, and little more hardworking, so that whatever we are planning must move forward in a much faster way, because otherwise plannings are all on the table if there is no proper and aggressive education of those things. And last but not the least is the result. Everything has to be result oriented. So whatever inputs, whatever the efforts, time, labor, resources, what are you trying to put into the system, it must bring some results. And that's what Atmanirbhar is all about. And thank you very much, Anupama ji. मैं तो last line probably I would love to add here कि विभासित कर गगन भूतल, तिमिर को ज्योति देता चल, निराशा के अंधेरे को मिटा दे ले प्रभंजन बल, कहीं पूनम अमावस्या, कहीं उलझन, कहीं फिसलन, कहीं कांटे, कहीं पहरा कटिल बंधन, यहाँ प्रतिकूल है सब कुछ, कहीं मरुस्थल, कहीं बादल, मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल, दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल, मगर तू मुस्कुराता चल, दिशाएं हो उठे उज्जवल. जय हिंद. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marwah ji, for that beautiful tone that you set up for us to continue the discussion on Atmanirbhar Bharat. From today onwards, I will always remember the acronym you have given us for Atmanirbhar. And of course, I liked all the A's that are there, which is to be ambitious, to have the right attitude, and to be aggressive in our approach. And of course, the underlying message that you gave us, that whatever we do, the pride that we are Indian should always remain. That would be the true meaning of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you so much for your take on this. With that, we come to the end of this very elite panel discussion. I fall short of words to express how enriched and empowered I'm feeling being the moderator of the Vice Chancellor's Roundtable on Atmanirbhar Bharat, hosted by Skill TV. Thank you all for your esteemed presence and valuable inputs. Congratulations, Skill TV, for this great panel discussion once again. Thank you for joining and being here this morning.
Thank you to all the Vice Chancellors who are present here from Skill TV.